Kia ora and welcome to Grow Up Runaway, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition real play podcast. This is a cozy campfire tale about young people running away from home. Please be aware that at times our show can contain tough emotions, horror elements, violence, censored language, dark fantasy themes, and children in peril. We hope that you enjoy listening to our story.
Kia ora everybody and welcome to Grow Up Runaway. My name is Penny D. I'm going to be your Dungeon Master today and I don't have a character in this game. But since we're doing a little bit of a character prompt today, I am going to answer on behalf of Opa.
Yeah.
Opa! If Opa went to the mall, went to the food court and was able to pick whatever they wanted to eat, I think Opa would get spicy food. So I think Opa would get maybe Mongolian stir fry with a lot of chili and spice in it. What do you guys think about that?
I can see that for sure. Because he's a red fire lizard dude, right?
Yeah, he's a fire newt.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
So yeah, he liked the spicy food.
All right. Hi, I'm Poppy. I play Althrey, the Cleric Owlin. And she very much feels like the kind of person that would get a Buddha bowl or something. I think she would go to Tank and get a nice green juice and a bowl with nice stuff. I guess, she is technically still a predator in the sense that she's owl.
Yeah, could you pay extra to have a dead rat on top?
Wow. They're just sitting in the food court throwing it around. But yeah, no, that's what Althrey would have.
Hello, I'm Liv and I play Lichen. And if Lichen went to a food court, he's the kind of teenager I kind of have him a little bit inspired by Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender. So I think his family would have grown up very, very vegetarian because he's a Highland cow furball. So I think that his most typical order would be, I think in his rebellion teen years, he's started ordering heavy burgers and has been really starting to get into that space.
Oh no.
Oh my god. I can absolutely see it though.
Big lad need protein.
Lycan's room with McDonald's cheeseburger wrappers.
Yeah, he cannot tell his family about at all.
Hi, I'm Norma and I play Melodia Poor Song. I think if Melodia was at the mall, she's probably going straight for the bubble tea.
Oh, yeah.
Because A, it's the coolest drink there, and B, she doesn't want to get anything messy on her paws. So she's trying to be
also
cool.
kitty cat like milk.
Exactly. So it'd be just your very generic, very basic bubble tea, and it's the milk tea. So it's just the most generic one they have. It's the first thing on the menu, and she's like, yeah, give me one of those, please.
It's so girl dinner, but
exactly.
That's not enough food.
Girl dinner.
And then later she's like, oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah, exactly. On the way home, she's like, can we just go drive through? Oh, I didn't have enough food. I just had this bubble tea, and this is biggest bubble tea you've ever seen.
Well, I mean, Lichen got something with fries, so you could steal some of those.
Yeah.
Kia ora, I'm Julz, she, her, playing Thistle Tuskbright, the magically explosive Sorcerer Loxodon, youngest of the group, and excited to be here.
Loving the intro, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, I decided I was going to say the same thing every time, and that way I hit all the points.
Love it.
Appreciate
God,
it.
that's such a good
The
idea.
organized one, right?
Yeah. I think, honestly, if I'm going to be honest about Thistle and what she hits at she tells everybody she's headed to the tank or the sushi or whatever, but she's hitting up Donut King. And she's piling Donut Kings onto those trunks.
Yes.
Just pulling it on. She's got 6 loaded on the trunk, and then that way she could carry them and eat at the same time.
Incredible.
She's still got that child digestion where you just eat all the sugar and you're fine.
And she's going for the pink ones with the rainbow sparkles. It's the prettiest donuts she's choosing.
Meanwhile, all of us character, players and DM just sitting over a different table, just watching her eat donuts and just picking at a salad and kind of crying about it.
Yeah.
Well, that would be what happened if our little teenage characters went to the mall and decided to have lunch together. We never know. It's a fantasy game. Maybe we'll be able to play that fantasy one day. But for now, We found ourselves a very strange shack in the middle of the woods near a hot spring. Shall we play some D&D and find out what happens next?
Let's
Yes.
go.
Love to.
When I was a boy, my father took me underground to teach me all about how environments affect growth. Utter nonsense, of course. The old fool had no idea what he was talking about, but I was enamored by the shiny mushrooms, so it wasn't a total waste. When I returned as an adult, it did strike me that those fungi I loved simply could not have evolved as they did anywhere else. The lack of sunlight down there was, in fact, the very reason they glowed. A stunning observation that occurred to such a brilliant mind as mine, but alas, seems to have escaped my poor simpleton of a father.
Yeah, I need the lore.
It's this
I
guy.
need the lore right now.
Who are you?
Runaways. Following your combat with the Kruthrix, all of you and Opa, at Opa's suggestion, have settled into one of the many hot springs that dot this clearing. There have been no further movement from the cabin, and you're far enough away that the smell from inside is too faint to bother you. Just to begin, paint me a picture, everyone. What does it look like when your character is relaxing in a hot spring together?
Melodia, you were born for this.
Oh, no, I'm a cat. I've got like one foot in the water and I'm like, ugh.
But you love warm and relax and sleep.
Yeah. I'm like lying down, but I've got like one toe in, like, that's as far as I go.
Well, the rocks on the edge of the hot spring would be nice and warm, so
Exactly.
it'd be like really
God,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, put my jacket down. I'm like already sleeping, like snoring away. It's very embarrassing, but
I feel like Althrey is pretending she isn't enjoying herself as much as she is, and she's trying to be stoic and keep an eye on everyone, but she's just like really loving this. It's just getting deep into her feathers, and it is amazing.
You know Thistle's full swim mode.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's splashing, she's delighted, she's like her ears are splashing up and down, and then she goes under the water and her trunk's up in the air so that she can breathe, and she's just like playing submarine snorkeling, and then like,
oh, it's adorable.
yeah.
I like to imagine that her elephant skin's kind of got like really wrinkly from being
Yeah.
in the hot water.
Even more
Yeah.
pruny.
Totally. You know that's happening, and she's not planning on getting out anytime soon.
We'd have to drag her out, I think.
I think with Lichen, he is kind of sitting up on one of the warm rocks with his like lower feet like in the water, and I think Buddy is the one that's gone and is like chasing after and splashing with Thistle.
Aw.
Buddy is like very obnoxiously buoyant, and every time he tries to dive to like go and hang out with Thistle, whose like trunk is letting her breathe underwater, he always just like does an awkward like a roll and just ends up being on the surface again. He's so buoyant. I think there's like a little piece of like reed or grass that Lichen has tethered to the little yellow handkerchief on Buddy's neck so that if needed, he can reel him back in. But Lichen himself, while keeping an eye on kind of like the two swimmers and like the two other people around him, and Opa, he's also, I think he's just like watching the perimeter. He's watching the area where he's heard that there's more of those things. He's keeping an eye on the house. He's a bit hyper vigilant and having a very difficult time relaxing. I think from all of his like shepherd upbringing, this feels to him like a trap.
We are sheep.
Yes.
To like
Dear God, everything is scary.
And Opa is floating on his back in a starfish position, and he's kind of just drifting around, bumping into the corners. You know, like a screensaver with a little logo, like kind of.
And every time he hits a corner just right, we're like, yeah!
Everyone goes,
Yeah, exactly. And like once in a while, he just like spits water into the air, but he seems happy.
Aw.
The hot water spilling over the waterfall is invigorating. Despite the day's hardships and your sore muscles from the day's walk, you're feeling soothed. Your muscles and your pain and your soreness is feeling a little bit better. As the sun sets and the light burns a brilliant orange, you feel a strength rise up in you. The escape from Greenhome, the thrill of escaping truancy officer Zara, the adrenaline of facing down the strange folk, the steely resolve in which you protected one another from the Kuthrik in the cabin, it all coalesces within you, and you feel stronger. Party, you have leveled up to level 2.
Let's actually go.
My muscles triple in size.
I become enormous.
As your GM, allow me to congratulate you from getting out from under the can die from 1d6 zone and into the
thank you.
hopefully not 2d6 zone.
I need to immediately throw that at us.
So take a minute if anyone wants to talk about how the level ups affect them and like what your character might find about themselves, or just take a minute to describe your level up if you want to.
I have actually thought about this extensively. I would love to jump in if that's okay.
Paint a picture.
I will paint a picture. It's my specialty. So in the moments where like maybe Buddy like gets out of the water, to like take a moment, maybe to take a little buddy pee, there's I think gonna be like a moment where Buddy is like snorfling around in the ground, like comes back from the edge of like a forest line or some like deeper part of like bracken or heather, and has retrieved one of his specialty things. It's a truffle that he's found. Lichen very happily goes, "Oh, you did it! This is one of your first." Buddy is now good enough at snoofing that I have gained access to Goodberry.
Hell yeah.
So the little truffles that Truffle Buddy brings me are the Goodberry berries reskinned. Basically, they act as a full meal for like 24 hours. A single one of those is like, you're good. And they're also, I think, 1 point of healing when consumed. The wording of the spell is like, you get a small handful of them. So like, It's not a super specific amount, I don't think. Which is kind of works for if you're relying on your little guy to go snorf them up.
Yeah.
The other thing is that while we're sitting around this hot spring, maybe in one of the moments where Buddy gets back in the water, I hand the little leash off to somebody else for a moment. Lichen gets up and begins kind of gathering little bits of like natural fibrous materials, weaving them together, like plant fibers, maybe something flaxen, and he begins like doing sort of like a little idle craft, like to keep his hands busy. What he is constructing is a small bell noisemaker. It's a spell that you can set up like a little barrier somewhere, and if it's triggered, you like get like a little notification in your brain that's like, somebody stepped on this. It's like a way of keeping your environment safe. It is called Alarm.
Cool.
That is so cool.
Pretty smart considering you know that there are still Kruthrix around somewhere.
Mhm.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of what the level up looks like for Lichen.
Oh, wow.
Althrey has, of course, gained a couple perks. As she's sitting in the hot spring and just enjoying the warmth, she notices her pendant kind of glow a little, so she grabs a hold of it. And so as Althrey is holding her glowing pendant, her vision goes a bit blurry, and she hears her god, Aurora, speak to her gently. And she says, "You've been doing very well." Which is very, very vague, but she's only level 2, so it's alright. But basically, a gentle light appears around Althrey, and she now has Channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary, so she can protect her pals a little bit better.
Let me ask you, Althrey, have you ever heard the voice of your god before, or is that the very first time?
Oh, first time. Like, she's definitely had, like, the presence of Aurora, but never the voice. And so this is quite a shock for her. So she thinks she's very special now.
Oh, wonderful. Must be quite a big moment for you to be sitting off in the corner, maybe your feet still in the hot spring, and to hear the voice of your god at sunset and to feel like you have a stronger connection with them. That would be quite a big moment for you.
The awkward part, like, she doesn't really know. She's not going to tell the group about it because I think she doesn't think they'd be very interested because how boring to be the girl with the god.
No, Lichen cares. Liken's with me. He's so proud of you.
I think it'll just really surprise everyone when she uses it in battle eventually. They'll be like, whoa! And she's really hoping that they'll have that reaction anyway.
Liken's gonna be so psyched. That is very, very cool.
And Melodia and Thistle, if either of you have anything you'd like to talk about, that's fine. But if you don't, I can also just move us on.
No, I want to talk about mine.
Okay, go ahead.
That was so cute.
Oh, Thistle spoke from within your soul.
So, Thistle was thinking a lot about the bees and what happened and how she felt really squishy. And so she has designed a way to wrap magic around herself to make her slightly less squishy. That's her narrative reason for taking mage armor.
Very nice.
Oh, that's a
Love it.
really good call.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because she's been using her magic, like, with you all, like, much more than she was ever allowed or encouraged at home, she's sort of been growing in her control of magic and now has, like, sorcery points as the thing that she's got, but, like, basically more control over how she uses her magic.
That makes a lot of sense. Like, this is the first time she's actually had the capacity to refine her skill set with it.
Yeah, and so she's, like, learning about what she can do, which is kind of fun.
When you do the first time, you do that thing where you concentrate and you manifest like another spell slot or like the ability to cast more magic. Behind you, your big beautiful ears, you hear the flapping of wings again and like feel that displacement of air. You don't see anything, but I definitely feel like somebody was paying attention to you as you did that for the first time.
I am writing that down into my character questions section.
Oh god, Thistle is just small enough that they're gonna get carried off by a hawk.
Melodia's obviously, she's like hard out napping, and in her dream, she sees this like weird situation where she's screaming at everyone, and as she screams at everyone, there's like this big thunderous boom, and she all of a sudden learned Thunderwave. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, amazing. Hell yeah.
She's like, finally, I can defend myself. And then she also, in this dream, forgets this one spell that she had and hears these weird whispering noises, and she learned Dissonant Whispers.
Nice.
Ooh.
Which spell did you replace?
Bane. Yeah.
I love the like lazy kitty cat. Like, didn't you used to know Bane? Like,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And
She forgets spells all the time, so this is just one of those fun moments where she's just like, oh, I forgot that one. Oh, but I know this other one instead now.
Melodia, you wake up from your nap feeling different and thinking about like those dreams you had feel real. And then you realize that the music that you heard up in the cabin, do you remember that? That music that caused you to save your friends, you can hear it in your ears again. It's energizing, it's upbeat, it's alluring. You can't make out a single instrument within it. It's more of a vibe than a like true performance. But Melodia, the music that you hear gives you inspiration. I think we talked about this on your character sheet, right? The little sun that you can pop in. So you can now, whenever you want to, use inspiration, which means you can use it on any D20 roll going forward. You can give yourself advantage.
Oh, that's awesome. And yeah, she's like, oh, I feel really strong about this. I'm not sure why, but I just do. And she shakes her hair out gracefully, as she does.
Opa, adorably wrinkly from his time in the hot spring. His wrinkles have like almost covered up his eyes, his little dot eyes.
No! Oh my god!
He has taken out his camp supplies and he has set himself a fire. And once it's lit, he rummages around until he finds Melodia's book. And he's like sort of flipping through it and he seems confused before he hands it to Althrey. Althrey, roll me an insight check.
Alright, insight. Oh, that's good insight. Yay, that's a 21.
Opa is asking you to read him this book.
Oh, okay. She clears her throat and she looks at the book and can she read it? Is it common? Written in common?
It's actually completely illegible.
Oh!
This is the first time that you've actually looked inside of this book that Melodia has been carrying around. Seems confusing to you that she would carry a book that is filled with like runes and symbols that you have no meaning for.
Also, I don't think any of us would have typecasted Melodia as the type to like in the book that's been upside down in her hand
exactly.
multiple times is like full of like magic hardcore.
There's probably like leaves in it from where she left it on the ground one day, and then just footprints from when she stood on it.
This book is like covered in dirt.
Yeah, it's filthy.
A couple coffee stains.
It's a bubble tea.
Oh no, there's tapioca on this book.
Why is it sticky?
Gross.
Now, did you say that Opa gave me the book?
Yeah, he was just rummaging around looking for something to do. And so he found the book and then he couldn't read it. So he's like, can you read it to me? Even though he can't understand you, I think he just wants to like, he's getting ready for sleep, right? So he just wants to hear a story.
Well, since I understand he wants to go to sleep, I don't tell him that I can't read it. I just pretend, I just make up a story in my head and pretend I'm reading, and it goes, there once was a group of travellers and they found a little cabin in a clearing And it was a gorgeous little clearing, and it was a beautiful day, and the sun was coming down, golden rays of light, and there was a beautiful hot spring, and they all decided to have a nice bath. And she looks up, and
Opa's asleep.
yeah.
Like leaning up against your feathers, using them as a little pillow. He's falling asleep.
Oh my god.
I cannot get over Opa.
We need to protect this thing.
Yeah, now I'm just like, oh god, I can't move. I will gently lift Opa's head from me and lay it onto some soft ground nearby. And I'll return to Melodia with her book and ask, what language is this?
Oh, yeah, I don't really know. Allegedly they were telling us about it in class or something, but I fell asleep in class all the time, so, I don't know. I've tried reading it myself, but every time I open the pages, look at it, it's all gibberish.
Ah. And Althrey is kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm not surprised.
And at this point, Melodia is flicking through it, but it's still upside down, and she hasn't realized it's upside down, but she's like, look, it's so confusing, and every time I look at it, I get a headache, so then I go, oh, never mind, and I shut it, and I carry on my way.
Well, this sounds quite important. Is this part of your journey?
Oh, yeah, this book has been in my family for ages. It was passed down from my great-great-grandmother, who passed it to her grandmother, who passed it to her grandmother. It just keeps going on and on until it got to me. But, I just kind of take it with me, and hopefully one day I might be able to read it. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure by the end of this journey you'll be able to read at least some of it.
I should hope so, otherwise I can't go home, so it's kind of important.
Maybe we should find someone that can help you read it.
That would be good. I'm sure somebody was listening to the classes that I wasn't listening to, so...
Okay, well, sorry that Opa just took that, but it seems to be safe.
No, it's no worries. I kind of just leave it wherever I can put it down, so it's okay. I've lost it twice, so it's okay. At least it's still here with me.
This hurts Althrey deeply.
Sweating bullets.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh god.
Just when Melodia picks the book up and dusts off the tapioca pearl that's stuck to the front, and she's like, oh, that's where that was.
Poverty is canon.
Yeah.
Runaways. Night is falling. There are predators out in the forest, as you know, so it looks like you're going to camp here. What preparations do you make?
Whatever the fire situation is that our little fire newt started, Lichen is kind of in the process, I think, of drying off Buddy, but has been fully tending to it, stoking it, keeping an eye on it, making sure that it's safe, contained, but that it is good to kind of warm the environment for maybe the following night. He doesn't trust the house, but as long as the sky is looking clear, he reckons they can camp out and take turns doing watch and keep an eye on each other.
Cool. Have you set up one of those alarms?
Yeah, I think I take some woven local reedy grass that I've been kind of braiding and infusing it with a little bit of ranger magic that comes from the survivalist, the way that he's braiding it has a sense of innate ranger magic woven into it, just the faintest twinkle on the grass that makes it soft and have a little chiming sound. And he hooks the little bells into it that he keeps in a pocket or a pouch. I think he sets it up around the perimeter. So I can choose an area no larger than a 20-foot cube. I can designate the creatures that won't set off the alarm, so that will be the party and Opa. And the alarm will be audible to all, so I'm making it not mental, so the actual bells are getting hooked in. Yeah. And it will awaken us if we are sleeping. Well, at least it will awaken me if I am sleeping, for sure. It's in this bell.
It will not awaken Melodia.
No.
It will not awaken Melodia.
I sleep very heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically, I think, we've got kind of a small area tucked around this warm, very safe fire that I have put a series of twigs into cracks and seams in the kind of the rocky ground outside of this hot spring, and between every little twig is this braided twinkling local grass that's been braided together with little bells on each dip in it between the branches.
Fabulous. And I just can't help but feel that Althrey would be volunteering to take watch because, well, she's an owl. It feels right that she would be sitting in the trees, watching for, I'm not going to say prey, but prey. that's what you do.
Watching for PRAY.
Yeah, watching for prey.
That's really funny, actually.
Eat, pray, love.
Yeah.
Eat, pray, love.
She wouldn't do it the whole night, though. She would need to have some rest.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check based on sight.
Sweet. So that would be an 11.
So the DC was 10.
Oh, sweet.
As everyone settles down, goes to sleep with you watching over them, the night passes by with nothing approaching your camp.
Oh, beautiful.
But it's clear to you that the Cruthrix are observing you. You cannot see them, but you can hear them kind of scratching around and clicking. At one point, you hear something inside the cabin, but they don't bother you. Just go ahead and roll me an insight check, Althrey.
Okay. And that's a 13.
Yeah, it appears to you that perhaps they respect you as a threat, and that is why they're not hunting you.
Good, they should. I'm bigger than them. Wait, am I? No, they're like the
huge.
size of a small pony, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They're like miniature horse size.
Yeah, miniature horse size, yeah.
All right, then I'm going to go to sleep.
Yeah, after a couple of hours, you wake up Thistle to take watch, and you go to sleep. Thistle told you that they wanted to be considered as equal with the rest of the group. And Thistle, you get a similar feeling about the Cruthrix. Using your Loxodon senses, you can hear sounds traveling from behind the waterfall, but there's no movement around your camp. What do you do while you're on watch, Thistle?
I think that I spend pretty much the whole time thinking about the people that I've left behind.
Aww.
And kind of sort of understanding a little bit more about why books are important and why they wanted me to like read more and stuff, because maybe I would have known about these things and I would have known about the anthills and I would have known about, so she just kind of is like, okay, and just processing that the whole night. She's not really doing anything. She's like, because she's on watch and she got given a watch, she's taking it very seriously. So she's paying attention and, doing that thing where she's like, might be a little sleepy and sort of, like making sure that she stays awake and all that. But she's just spends a lot of it thinking about what she left back behind.
Thistle, the night is long and quiet. The occasional whiff of blood from the cabin keeps you on your toes. You look over at your friends, wondering what they're dreaming about, when you see it within the campfire. The book is in there, the one from that awful day,
Huh?
and it's burning.
I go to get it.
Huh? Hey, huh?
Like I wanna get it out, because maybe if I could get it out of the fire, then I wouldn't have gotten so much trouble. So like immediately she stands up to get it out.
Thistle, as you react to the situation, your heart is beating heavily, your blood is pumping, and you reach into the fire and you take 1 fire damage, as it's simply too hot to reach your hands in there. But the book is still burning and you can see it starting to curl up at the edges.
She's panicking now, and so she fires a ray of frost at the fire to make it stop burning. Like if it could just stop.
You feel the burn and you instinctively summon cold to like soothe your burnt hand, and you release it towards the fire. And then you realize that you can hear something. Not a sound like a footstep might make. Your flappy pachyderm ears pick up on something much deeper, something underlying. Not beneath the ground or the water, but almost beneath the air. It's like a wah, 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 wah. It's like a frequency that you think you've heard before, but you can't remember when. And when that magic spills out of you, it feels different. It's no blast of ice, no destructive evocation. It's a soothing, cooling mist. And as it touches the flames, they begin to change into a cool, refreshing blue. The burning book begins to reform itself, undoing its burn, its pages absorbing ashes and reassembling to become whole again. You've never seen anything like this. And after a few short moments, the book sits undamaged amidst the cool blue flames.
She's staring at this with like full elephant jaw drop. You can even like see the bottom of her jaw just so far down. You can almost see like the little tiny tusks that are like forming. And she reaches out towards the book to see if she can get it now. Like she tries again.
Yeah, you're able to reach into the cool blue flames quite easily, and you pick up the book and you take it out of the fire. And now that you're holding it, you realize that It's not the book from the library fire. This is Melodia's book.
Oh.
Did you mistake the cover, maybe?
I'm starting to really worry now because I'm like, oh my goodness, what if I didn't notice? This is really important to Melodia. Like, it could have burnt, you know? And I look over, like, to where she is, obviously, like, curled up asleep. And I'm, like, deliberating about whether I should, you know, like, wake her or whatever. And I'm like, what is the deal with this book anyway? And I, like, open it. Just to, you know, because I've, like, everybody's been always crowded around the book and I've never really seen it. So I open it.
The book itself has a sound that nobody else can hear because you have big elephant ears. But there is a sound coming when you open it and you, like, look at these symbols that you have no idea what they mean. You can hear a sound, but you're not sure what it is or what it means. And you wonder if maybe just some books make sounds and you've just never heard them before.
Yeah. Hello? Did you want to say something to me? Like, I'm talking to the book. I'm like, I can hear you. You sound very pretty. Like, you sound very beautiful.
Precious.
Am I supposed to understand? Is this a language?
You do not have any response. You can speak to the book for as long as you want to.
I think that's what she
adorable.
probably spends the rest of the time doing. And also trying to learn it, like, whatever the sound is, so that she can repeat it to tell other people about it in the morning.
It is a very high-pitched humming noise.
Yeah.
Almost difficult to describe, but it's like something that you might hear if you had everybody at church, like, perfectly in harmony with a very high note.
I don't even know if you could hear that because it cuts
No.
off.
I couldn't hear it at all, actually, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like the book.
Yeah.
Just like the book.
I think you might have got into dog frequencies there.
Yeah, I probably actually did. I'm still.
Don't you mean elephant frequencies?
I'm still very warmed up from the band gig last night, so I can hit all sorts of
Nice.
moments. Yeah, okay. So she spends her time doing that and, like, talking to it and flicking through to see if the noise changes. I imagine it doesn't, but she tries a few things. And once she's finished with that, she feels kind of guilty, like, as her shift comes to an end, you know, like, and she takes it over to Melodia and kind of tucks it so Melodia is kind of hugging it again. Yeah.
Since you spent so much time kind of thoroughly going through this, roll me a intelligence check. Just a flat intelligence check.
Oh, it's not good. I think I got a 5.
Okay, no, this book is just another book to you. You don't gather anything additional from spending
Yeah,
time
it
studying.
doesn't want to talk to me, but it sounds cool.
It certainly does. The rest of the night passes without incident. Everyone feel free to take a long rest. Some of you sustained injuries yesterday, so heal and spell slots and all of that.
Thank you.
So excited to have my 3 hit points back again, so I'm back to 10. Guys, I did not get any more. Be really sorry. I got a few, but I'm still so squishy.
That's okay.
That makes sense thematically for you.
Yeah, the tiny
Yeah.
baby should be squishy.
Hey, you could take a D6 now, easy. In the morning light, Opa begins packing his travel belt with weapons and supplies he finds in the cabin. He approaches the waterfall with his little dagger out, and it's clear to you that he means to hunt the remaining Kruthrix. He points to the map that he had, and he hands it to you and smiles warmly, kind of waving you goodbye. Anyone who wants to roll me an insight check.
Hell yeah. What?
Yes.
Goodbye.
we're all very invested in this.
Ooh.
Lichen got a 15.
Althrey got a 10.
Melodia also got a 15.
Yeah, and I only got a 10 as well.
It's clear to all of you from this that Opa believes your agreement to be over. The agreement was bring him to the hot springs and he will give you the map. But rather than leave from here, he seems intent on clearing the Kruthrik infestation himself.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He seems like he's preparing to go into the cave underneath the waterfall.
honey, no.
He nearly died from one hit. I don't, like, Thistle's not going to be feeling good about this. She's just going to be looking at you all with big, you know, like, pleading elephant eyes.
Yeah, Lichen is like, I think he's going to go take care of the entire Kruthrik thing by himself.
As Opa is, you know, kind of walking towards the cave, I just yell, wait! I need to do some sort of charades or something. I'm assuming he turns back to look, right?
Yeah, so if you want to try and signal him something, you can roll a performance check to see how well you do if you're doing like charades or like hand signals.
Oh god. Okay, yeah. So
I would give you the help action, but I can only imagine Lichen stepping back and grinning as you
Melodia is going to sneak next to Althrey and like come and help with this thing because she's like clearly seeing Althrey starting to wave stuff around and is like, okay.
What are you trying to signal, Althrey? What would you like to try and tell?
essentially, I'm trying to tell him that he shouldn't go by himself. We will help. We want to make sure he's safe.
Okay, roll me a performance check. You can have advantage on this if Melodia is helping you.
Yes.
Fabulous. Okay. Please, dear God. 13?
You think he understands the gist of it. Like, he initially is resistant to the idea of you stopping him from going, but then when he realizes that you are all going to come with him, he seems to brighten and waits for you to be ready.
Oh,
Melodia, just go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Yes. Ooh, 20.
nice.
Unnatural 20.
Melodia, you realize that music you heard last night, that inspiring music you heard, is coming from the tunnel. It's coming from wherever the Kruthrix disappeared to.
So you see Melodia, she's like thinking, and she never does this thinking face, so it's a bit concerning.
Melodia, are you thinking?
Are you okay?
What's happening? What's wrong?
Did you guys hear that noise?
Oh yeah, the one from your book?
Wait, no, not from the book. Anyway, no, the music that's coming from down in that over there. Can you?
What music?
No, I don't. I can't hear a thing.
How do you not hear anything?
Nope.
It's so clear. I can hear it. It's like the sound from over there.
What does it sound like?
It's less of like a what does it sound like? More like a vibe, you know, like a vibe check kind of moment.
Is it a good vibe?
Well, what's the vibe check?
The vibe is like, I don't know. It sounds positive, but I can't be sure. It's kind of like
I don't trust that.
ominous,
I don't trust a vaguely positive sound from a kid.
like the good kind of ominous threat sound. Yeah.
The
No.
good-
No.
What?
Like an ominous party
Yeah,
approaching.
exactly.
No, God, no.
Like it's an unknown, like ooh kind of thing, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
It's more high pitch and it's kind of like a wumming noise. And it's definitely coming from your book.
Okay, so we've got two distinct sounds, both of which, when described, sound terrifying.
And I put my hand, like the back of my hand on Thistle's forehead, like, are you okay?
No, I mean I was burnt last night, but when I woke up this morning,
what?
it seems fine.
Wait,
Oh, God, so are you okay?
What, the book was in the fire and I had to get it out. I mean, I
the book
couldn't.
was in the fire.
Oh yeah. But it's okay. I made the fire go blue and then the book kind of fixed itself, so it's not burnt anymore, but it still makes the wummy noise.
Lichen scrambles down to your side and like digs into a pocket and pulls out one of the truffles from Truffle Buddy. And he like puts it into your head and says, "Is your hand okay? Are you all right now? If ever that happens again, you take one of these immediately. Don't ever wait. You have to wake us when something like that happens, darling."
It was burning again, and I didn't want you guys to yell at me about books burning.
Oh,
We will never yell at you about books burning.
Pumpkin.
Okay?
We won't yell at you in general, darling. That's not. You haven't done anything wrong. We want you to be safe. That's what's important.
You guys are great parents.
And she's looking at you and I was like, but it's okay because I saved it. And it makes a really pretty noise, although it won't talk to me.
Lycan's gonna glances away and looks at the book. Does the book look like it fell in a fire?
No, not at all. It looks like completely normal. Like paper in fire should, blackened and crumbled and stuff.
There
It's
should
not.
be like some peeling at the edges, like some sign of that, right?
Yeah, there's none.
You made the fire go blue. That's some kind of magic, isn't it?
It's a
Magical.
kind of magic.
Some kind of magic. Then we break into song.
Yeah.
This is a musical
And we
episode,
get
everyone.
sued by Queen.
No.
Yeah. Because Thistle's not the type to hold anything in. She's very like, she wants to share with her friends about the cool thing that happened. So you just see her like earnestly telling you everything. And whether you believe her or not, but she's just earnestly telling you.
It's a magical world.
Yeah.
What's great to me is that she waits until it naturally comes up in conversation and doesn't immediately try and bother you with it first thing in the morning.
There's going to be a night where we all wake up and then at some point the next day she's like, oh yeah, I killed like a horde of zombies that were here in the middle of the night. Like,
Don't worry about it, guys. I got you.
yeah.
Gonna give us an aneurysm.
So Althrey volunteered you all to go with Opa down into the tunnel. Is that what we're doing?
I think yes.
Well, Althrey is, so.
Yeah, Lichen is also, of course, eager. Now that I think he's going to give at least one truffle from the Goodberry handful to everybody, just so they've got like a quick yum yum yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, so the mechanics of the Goodberry, I believe, is it counts as you having eaten enough food for the day. So they're very nutritious, and they will restore 1 HP. So you can wait till a time where you need the HP restoring, or you can just eat them now and then be like, hey, no need for stop for lunch.
So this can heal you, but it also will be like your whole food for the day. So just wait until you're a little hurt and medium hungry, and then you're good.
Medium hungry.
Medium hungry.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Okay, are we all ready to take on what could be a number of those terrible monsters?
Lichen looks at like this passageway where, so it looks like, can you just remind me, we're looking at a waterfall, like a mouth of a cave?
It is a waterfall with a cave behind it. So it's a small waterfall that like takes one hot spring higher down to the one that you were swimming in. And then behind that waterfall, there is a cave that leads underground.
Does it look like, and I'm checking this for a variety of reasons, some of them meta, but does it look like our fire newt friend could possibly be persuaded that this is a bad idea?
You can't communicate with him. He doesn't speak your language. And also your DM created a lot of content down in this
Yeah.
cave. So
Okay, cool. That's kind of what I wanted to make sure I was going with.
Like, is this the thing Penny doesn't want us to do?
Yeah, okay, thank you. That's also what I was nervous about.
Yeah. So as you look around, like, to see if everybody's ready, you catch Thistle holding on to this little scrap of leather that she's, like, pulling, like, weird energy out of, like it's threads, and then just kind of wrapping it around herself. And then she sort of pats herself a little bit and then puts the little piece of leather in a pocket on in front of her, like, apron, and is like, ready.
that is the coolest explanation of mage armor I've ever heard. That is so cool.
That is a really nice
So
flavor to
cool.
that. Also, Lichen looks at you and goes, "You winning, hun?"
Oh, look,
Yeah.
buffer.
Oh, I see. Well, that's, I think, a good idea. That's a great idea, in fact.
As you pass beneath the waterfall into the wet, dark tunneling.
I'll take point.
Okay, yep. You are shocked by the sudden but completely traversable slope downwards. Opa lights a torch and the orange flames flicker, adding to the warmth. The thermal activity beneath you quickly makes you sweat, kind of uncomfortably as this narrow tunnel presses in around you. There's just enough room for you to move comfortably, but not much more than that. Like if you and if you stood on tiptoes, you'd be banging your head. Althrey, you kind of have to tuck your wings, otherwise like you're gonna be like getting cut on rocks and stuff.
Oh, okay.
All right, definitely be careful. It's, oh god, my head. God, my head. It's very snug and a little low in the ceiling. Or maybe I'm just tall.
Thistle's just walking through, no problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is much steeper than I expected. And you, like, I think Lichen, he's not like a mountain goat, he's a Highland cow. So his little hooves, like, I feel like he struggles with traction in situations like this.
Oh,
So he has like a little, like, he's slipping. He's slipping his lady. He's like clinging onto one of the walls, like footholds on the walls, like a rock climber.
Lichen, because you're having a little bit of trouble with the terrain, Opa does sort of step around you and underneath your legs and carries on at the front. And after a little while of this traveling at the steep angle heading downward, he stops and he turns and he chitters at you and he sounds kind of concerned. You guys are getting better at picking up his tone even if you don't know what it is that he's saying. Past him, ahead of you, you can see a light. It's blue tinge. It's definitely not from another fire, because fires aren't blue, as we all know.
Sorry, but Thistle no longer knows that.
So can you just say again, can we see visible blue fire?
You can see a blue light coming from ahead.
I turned to Thistle and say, "Did you do this?"
Oh no, I can do this though. And she like plonks her bow on the top of her head and it lights up brightly. And she's like, there's other light now.
That's so cute.
Because she can't see in the dark and she was trying to be sneaky, so
Oh.
She just like makes it brighter because she's like, well, it doesn't matter. There's other light now, right?
You see Lichen squinting desperately down at the person he was speaking directly to as he is blinded by the light of your bow.
Blinded by the light.
And he says, "Oh, that's great," and then he just rubs his eyes.
Oh, sorry. Turns it off. Turns it on
it's
again
great.
after you've like.
I'm so proud of you.
As you continue onwards, the tight tunnel, opens up into a large dome-shaped cave that's completely full of steam. It's really eerie. Beneath you, there's long grass on the rocky floor. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, everybody.
That's an 11 for Althrey.
That's a 17 for Lichen.
Melodia got 14.
I think I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Whoa!
I did. 23.
Nice. Ching, natural 20. Okay, so there's a couple of different things that I'm going to describe, and I'm going to attribute to everybody except for Althrey. Sorry, Althrey.
Oh no.
So what you can hear for Thistle, you can hear the sound of flowing water somewhere ahead. You can also smell something, but I'm going to come back to that. Melodia, you hear something.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that groaning noise that you've heard before, that kind of...
Oh, the one from the house. Oh no.
Bees.
Yeah.
Please.
And Thistle, you smell that horrible wafting stench that you smelled
No.
back at the Bumblebee Grove.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
As the steam begins to settle a little bit, you can suddenly see that just ahead of you, just visible through that steam, there is a structure built from logs.
Underground in like this hot, like subterranean, like volcanic cave system?
Yes.
Why? Why are they here? Why do they have a house here? Bad real estate.
Very.
Choose better places.
Location.
Yeah, I'm so mad.
I'm still learning how all your characters fight and stuff. Who's like probably the most likely to be at the front, fighting things if it happens?
Oh, when it comes down to it, I feel like Althrey would be at the front.
Yeah, I mean, mechanically, I feel like it would be between Althrey and Lichen, right? Because, like, Lichen, technically he's a ranged character, but, I mean, he's like, still good. Like, he can switch into melee as well.
Yeah.
Opa has a knife.
No, Orba!
Yay!
Oh, hell yeah!
Of course, Opa has a knife.
Right.
I gesture to Althrey and kind of step ahead into the front of the party and encourage Althrey to join me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I like grab Althrey by the hand or the wing and I cast a spell on you. I like technically coat your wing in holy water and silver and iron somehow.
It's splashed.
Just like a little wee splash, and I'm like, don't get hurt. These things really hurt. It's not fun. Remember?
And I get down on one knee. I'm like, it's okay. Everything will be completely fine.
Yeah. Mechanically, she's casting protection from evil and good on you.
Hell
Because
yeah.
that gives you that protection from undead thing.
Oh, wicked.
They have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. And you can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Nice.
Thank you.
Lichen and Althrey approach the structure.
As you get closer, you can begin to see a bit better through the steam, especially Althrey, who has the sharpest eyesight of you all, revealing something that has no business being here. It is an exact copy of the log cabin you just left behind. This one is a little different. It's much more damaged, and it appears to have some kind of pattern painted on the outside in a red, goopy liquid.
What?
What on earth is
Oh no.
happening?
What? So, can we read it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
All right. Perception.
Yeah. From way back, Thistle's like, what? What is it?
That is a 21 from Lichen.
Yeah, Lichen can definitely read that. I can't.
It takes you a second to, because to stand back, the steam obscures it, but when you get close enough, you realize that they are letters painted in common on the side of the cabin, and they appear to be painted in blood. I have written the letters that you can see in the general chat.
Absolutely not. Lichen, mutters very quietly as he's reading the contents, kind of before he's registering what he's saying. He's just like sounding it out. He reads, "Welcome, children." What? Why would it say that?
Did somebody expect us?
Why would they what? I don't like this.
Well, I don't think they're going to let us leave.
I don't think this is a matter of people trapping us here or otherwise. We've come down here on our own. This might not have been meant for us. We should hide.
What
maybe.
other children do you think are walking around these woods?
I don't know. We've come here from pure chance. Why would this be here? It can't be for us. We're not part of a greater destiny in this cave. We should hide.
It's Thistle from like way back. What is it?
Lichen, just for Althrey, who is next to Lichen is actually kind of freaking out.
Althrey pulls out her mace, just readies it, and stands in front of Lichen, like kind of gesturing for him to go back to the others. And she yells out, "Well, we're here!"
Oh god. Lichen immediately is going to double back and sprint to make sure he's like right next to the other two. He comes in really close. He says, "They've written 'Welcome, children' on this building before us. I don't like it. Be ready. Be careful." And he gets back up and he stands in front of them behind Althrey.
It's nice. Somebody said welcome to us.
I hope it is nice, but I wonder it may not be.
How did they know we were here?
An excellent question.
So are we going to say hi?
Does anything respond to Althrey calling out?
No, there was no, like, there's the smells and the sounds you can already hear, the groaning and the bad rotten smell that you've smelled before, but there is no new stimulus that comes from you like shouting out into the cave.
Can I smell more directly where that smell is coming from if I kind of sniff around?
Yeah, this should be really easy for you. It is coming from inside the structure.
Yeah, I'm like, the bad smell, the one with the bees, it's coming from inside. I don't want them to kill any more bees.
The one with the oh, the strange folk. Althrey. I turned to Althrey because Althrey's like the closest to both me physically and my age, and I turn to her and I say, "I think I can just go take a very safe little look. Just keep an eye on things here for a moment."
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Lichen uses his hidden step, which allows him to turn invisible 2 times per long rest.
That's just for 1 turn, 6 seconds though, right?
That's all right. That's all good. He's gonna gently try to like sprint in quietly, assess, and sprint back out. Or if he can sprint in and identify a hiding spot, if there's like things there and he needs to quickly hide, he'll do that. But if he can get in there and there's nobody there, then he can like take a longer time to check it out.
Okay, so I've got 2 options for you here, Lichen. You can get in quietly or you can get in and out quickly. Getting in quietly will be a stealth check. Getting in and out quickly will be an athletics check. Which would you like to do?
Stealth.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Okay, it's a 13. It was gonna be a natural 20.
Oh.
Lichen, you turn invisible. You go stealth. You kind of go past Althrey, and just to let her know that you're there, you sort of give her like a just a hand on the shoulder, so that she knows that you're going in. And you walk up. It's uncanny how like the front step and the door are like exactly the same as the one that you were dealing with up on the surface. You push the door open and the hinges creak loudly, and the groaning from inside fades away, replaced by a heavy breathing and a much different, like more of a growl than a grunt. You walk into the space and everything's the same. The broken glass, the 2 chairs that are set up, the fireplace on the side, and you walk through knowing what you found last time, and in that second room, you see something horrifying.
Oh, God.
In the second room with the bedroom, there are 4 strange folk chained by their necks to the walls.
What?
Their chains are just a few inches too short to allow them to eat the fire newt corpse in the middle of the room.
What?
Oh my god.
But the truly unsettling thing about the scene is the way the strange folk have been dressed. They are wearing makeshift copies of your own outfit,
No!
Nope.
including things like a trunk tethered to one of their
Oh.
faces, and like
What the
another one with
hell?
fake wings on
That's
their back.
creepy.
What the?
Oh god. Wait, how have they
Penny?
copied me? What did they do for me?
Yeah, please.
One of them has a long bow over their shoulder
Oh.
and like broken horns, maybe just like your tight pants that you have on.
They have a pair of really
Oh
tight
my god, so wait,
pants
one of these strange folk cat girl, I
No.
love that.
They even got my tight pants.
But that one also has like a corpse of a truffle buddy.
Oh, absolutely
Like hanging
not.
from it.
Oh no.
Fuck that.
No,
I mean,
no.
That's too
No,
far.
I stand
No.
by my swear. I'm very upset.
What do you do?
Give me 1 second as me lived to process
Oh.
Penny. What do I do? Well, okay.
Because you roll good on stealth, the strange folk chained to the walls have not noticed you.
Okay, do their chains from this glance I'm getting seem good, or do they look like they're gonna pull themselves off the wall the minute they notice me?
No, they seem like pretty sturdy metal chains.
And look like anybody else is in here other than this up situation? I mean, other than these people? Sorry, this really sucks. What you've created is terrifying.
There is nothing else in here other than what I've described that you can see from where you are.
I'm gonna let my invisibility go out as I stand there. Oh, it is a good maybe 30 seconds before you guys see the door to this cabin open again as Lichen stands haunted on the doorstep and says, Althrey can see this. The other two stay here.
What?
And he's gonna step to the side.
All of you who aren't Lichen roll insight checks.
Okay.
Can I insight check myself?
You already know how you're feeling, so
I
no.
don't think I do,
You already know how
actually.
you're feeling.
I don't think I do.
Oof.
Well, Althrey got a 19.
Yeah, Melodia got 9.
11.
Melodia and Thistle, you two noticed that Lichen went in brave and came out kind of quiet. Althrey, whatever is in there, Lichen is really disturbed by it. Like he's really upset and seems shocked in a way that you haven't seen him since you guys joined up and started this adventure.
Lichen steps out and passes Althrey, leaving the door open so that she can go in if she wants to. We need to leave.
Althrey feels like, as one of the two older ones in the group, she needs to kind of have the same experiences as Lichen in this sense. Like, she can't leave this place without knowing what he experienced, I think. She tentatively steps over the threshold into the cabin.
You see what Lichen saw. You see the strange folk dressed to look like yourselves. You see that originally when you walked in, they were straining to try and like consume a fire newt corpse. But when they notice you, they begin like to try crawl towards you instead. But their chains do not give them the ability to do so. They just start trying to pull against their chains and try to, move toward you once they see you.
I immediately grab my pendant just to kind of give myself some strength, I guess, to take a breath. And I'm clearly not in immediate danger. They're not coming for me. Can I have a look? I guess it would be perception to see if there's anything else in the cabin worth taking note of.
Yeah, I'll let you roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Because obviously you'd be having to look a little harder than just what you can see. And I'll come back to you in just a moment.
Cool.
Lichen, you let Althrey go in. You walk down the stairs. You walk back past Opa and Thistle and Melodia, and you walk back to the tunnel that you entered in. And your heart sinks as you realize that tunnel now slopes downwards.
Oh, Lord.
In the time since you left, it appears to have changed. Roll me a survival or a nature check.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Hey, that's a 15.
Althrey, you are looking around the cabin for additional clues, yes?
Yeah.
You notice something that Lichen missed, which is the bed in the room upstairs on the surface. There was a real bed there that someone used, and you notice that here the bed is just some boxes with a blanket sort of draped over it. Like someone didn't actually like put a real bed; they just sort of dressed it to sort of look like a bed.
Okay.
They ran out of budget.
You notice a few other details like that. Like there's some stuff in the room that is like, painted to have like a doily instead of
Yeah.
an actual doily on there. Things like that.
Sorry, I love I love the idea that they like got most of the way through constructing this gruesome scenario, and then they went, "Ah, dang it! We spent so much money on these tight pants. We don't have any money left for doilies.
Aww.
This sucks, Penny. This sucks."
Someone painstakingly also sat there for hours painting this one doily.
Painting a doily, which is not
Yeah.
an easy thing
No.
to draw.
I love this for them.
More of a splotch than a detailed doily. Like if you looked for it from far away, it's a white circle. Once Althrey pays attention to it, it's like, oh, that's not really a doily. It's just like a splotch painted on a table.
Okay, guys, from this we can ascertain character. They don't care about attention to
No.
detail. This is important.
These fiends.
This sucks.
Althrey, you can read into that how you like. If you want to roll an insight check for like what that means, please feel free to do so. It will be a high check. Back to Lichen, you got a 15 for your survival check, right?
Yes.
You note the hard rock in the walls, and you put two and two together that the tunnel shifting is the work of the Kruthrix digging around.
Ooh.
But how would they know how to do this? Like, why don't they just eat you?
Okay. I think what Lycan takes from this is he's like, okay, I have to lock the hell in because not only are we being, he was like, oh, this can't be about us. This has to be something different. This isn't like a moment where like we're walking into a cave and they're talking about us. This has to be part of some other weirder historical interaction. He gets in there. It is about them. That's like, he doesn't know what to make of that. He tries to go back out the tunnel. The tunnel's been moved by like these creatures that he knows will try to eat them, but for some reason aren't, even though they know that the party is here. So it's now strategy, and he's like, okay, I do know what to do with this. This looks like we are being hunted. I at least have some experience with this feeling. So he completely like sobers up mentally to turn back around, and he is going to get real low, sprint back over to the other two, and he's going to like gently pull everybody against like a wall, like into shadows that he can like, by everybody, like our newt friend, Melodia and Thistle. Althrey, I imagine, is still either on the precipice of the building having coming out, or like is still in there. And he's just going to start listening, hearing, trying to figure out if there's threats and where they might be.
Go ahead, Lycan, roll me a perception check. Althrey, what are you up to?
I will do an insight check if that's all right. Let's see.
It's just a 10 on perception. I would love anybody's help, actually, on that one.
Althrey didn't do very well in terms of insight. She got a 10, so I don't think she'll find anything.
I don't think Thistle's helping because she's starting to get mad because nobody is talking to her or telling her what is going on, and she's being treated like a little kid, and she hates that. So she's about to like pull out of the yoink into the wall and go storming into their cabin. Like, unless somebody stops her, like that's where she's headed.
Okay.
So Althrey, for a 10 on insight, you are so confused. Like someone built like an exact copy of the log cabin from on like the surface here, but then didn't have the detail to like, you know, some of the stuff in here, like the chairs are the same, but like the doilies aren't. Like it's very strange. Like the way that the chains are like attached to the wall is like super like sketchily done, but the chains themselves are good. Like what is happening here? Like there's very inconsistency to this sort of level of what is clearly being done for you.
Hey, are you okay? Lycan, are you okay?
No, and I think it's very important that you know that. I think, and I need you both to be so careful now. I think we are being hunted by something that is working with or using those creatures, the ones that we fought in the cabin, and I am fearful in this moment. But I think we can be okay. I just need us to keep an eye on everything, and it's going to be all right.
Okay. What do you need us to do?
Lycan's gonna kind of look between Thistle and Melodia and say,
I trust the both of you are very capable. I just need you to be on your wits, I think. Please do not be careless down here. Things are starting to move around The passage that we came down to get in here doesn't exist anymore. The creatures have dug it away, and that building, and he gestures to it. And again, he's holding the both of you, like one of you around like the shoulders, one of you around like the waist maybe. Like he's just like kind of keeping you in a shadow part. He, like, you feel him hold you just slightly tighter as he says, "And that building over there, someone has made pantomimes of us each out of the strange folk from the bees. And I cannot stand to look at it. It is a cruel and strange thing. I don't know who would do it or why. So I need both of you to be on your wits so we can all get out of here safely."
Thistle would respond to that because she was mad before because nobody was telling her what was going on. And I think she started off like quivering with like, you know, a little bit of frustration, anger. And then she's like, "What do you mean, pantomimes of us?"
I think he would turn to Melodia and say, I think if you want to, you can go take a look by Althrey. I want to... I don't... He looks at Thistle and he's like torn up about the idea of like, I don't think you should see this.
I'm letting you know right now, I would not let them. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't trust me. You don't. You don't think I'm big enough. You don't think I can do anything. You say that you think I can, but then you never let me make my own decisions.
Okay. I think he'd sit down and he would be on as similar a height level with you as possible. That is a very understandable frustration. But I also must say that while you are very mad at me in this moment, please, and he looks like he's about to cry, he says, "Please be careful not to speak too loudly down here. I don't know if we're safe. So you can be very mad at me, but please do it as softly as you can."
And then she like leans right over to you and she's like, "You're mean," she says in like a cross whisper.
Althrey, you hear shouting coming from outside the cabin.
I quickly leave the cabin and head towards the group. Nothing happens when I exit?
No, nothing happens.
Okay, cool. Also, I wanted to query, because you said there was blue light coming from here. What is the blue light coming from?
That's a great question. There appears to be above you some kind of light source that is, you know how like daylight is kind of more blue than orange?
Yeah.
There is like a daylight source coming from somewhere above you. It's just obscured by all the steam in this room.
Oh, okay, so there's potentially like a hole in the roof sort of thing.
Either that or something that is like shut, because you guys came very, very far down to get here.
Okay.
So unless like the level of the surface has also descended quite a bit, it's probably something else.
Okay.
Does Melodia want to like go take a look at this too?
Oh, absolutely. But at this point, she's like watching Althrey walk towards the group and she's like making like weird hand gestures like, very awkwardly as she's like watching this fight break out. Like, oh no.
Basically, if either Thistle or Melodia try to walk past me to go to their house, I will be grabbing them and stopping them.
Yeah.
And I can't help but think that I'm probably stronger than the both of them.
So I think this is kind of how it plays out, because I think like Thistle would be mad, yes, and Thistle would like try and storm off because obviously like Lichen sat down and she sees this as an opportunity to try and make a run for it. But she runs and immediately just ends up smacking into Althrey, who just collects her and just like puts her back down. You know, like with everybody else. Like I honestly think that's how that plays out. Like she is too little to like fight about
Look
it.
at the murder. The weird like fire newt murder plus undead trying to eat combo dressed as them is
cosplay.
so
100%.
rough.
Yeah, but like Julz doesn't even want Thistle to go look at it. But I think Thistle, because her whole thing is everybody tells her what she can and can't do.
Yeah.
And so she would fight it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Althrey, I have to ask you, if Opa tried to go past you into the cabin, would you also stop him?
No, because I want it, even though it's absolutely horrifying and there is a fire newt corpse in there, because I can't communicate with him properly, I can't just say it's dangerous here. He kind of needs to see it. Like, if that's where he wants to go, and I know he's not going to be killed.
To be fair, he does have a knife.
He does have a knife.
does have a knife. I can assume that he'd be seeing the energy in the room, which is that everybody's having a bad
He's
time.
like, yikes.
Yeah, let me go ahead and roll an insight check for Opa. Just see what he's picking up out of like, sort of all the frightened here.
This will be the nat one that I would crave.
Oh, come on.
What, no insight?
No insight.
Yeah, I think Opa is like reads that the scaredness, reads the emotion, can't understand anything anyone's saying, but sees the way that like both Althrey and Lichen have come out of the cabin like real stony faced and is like, okay, I'm gonna stick with the group.
Yeah, good idea, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea that he'll be like, Opa. Opa.
Yeah, so I think as Althrey puts her down, she just kind of, it's like, it's like a crumple, because she is scared. She is, like freaking out. She doesn't like arguing with her new friends. And so she just sort of crumples on that argument and is like, fine, if you won't let me go see what's in there, then, and she looks around and she sees the tunnel going down and she's like, I'm going to go see what's there then. And she starts, like, storming off in that direction.
Oh my god!
At this point, I think Althrey's, that's kind of all they can do. Aside from her potentially flying up to what she thinks might be a hole in the roof, and that only she can do that, the tunnel's the next best thing.
Okay, so we're heading down the tunnel to
We're going down, we're yelling timber.
We are going down, and we are, in fact, yelling timber.
with nowhere else to go and the frightening cabin behind you, you continue forwards. The tunnel again slopes downwards. It is tighter. It's more confined than before. Opa is visibly frightened, but he's not made signals to you that he wants to turn back. And ahead, again, you can see light as the tunnel opens up into another cave.
Huh.
For a moment, you think the tunnel opened up outside, but then your eyes adjust and you realize that you aren't quite so lucky. From overhead, harsh sunlight beats down on a morbid recreation of the town of Flat Rock. Along the cave walls, trees and buildings have been childishly painted, and ahead of you, a large flat rock floor is completely covered in reptilian bodies.
Man,
Oh.
Penny's just like, let's cause some trauma.
Woo!
Across the far side of the stone, you can see a broken wooden replica of the gates leaning up against the rock, and there are more red words painted on them, but with the glare from above, it's difficult to read from here.
Oh,
There is only one way to go. It is across the stone, through the corpses, to the tunnel that is on the other side of the broken gates. You are not sure that going back is a good idea, or even if it's possible.
Can I ask, like, how close, when we erupt out of the tunnel, are we to, like, the first reptilian dead thing?
Yeah, are there actual, like, dead corpses of the reptiles here?
Yes, there are dead lizard folk, dead turtles
Oh.
here.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
And the answer is to Julz' question is you can stand here where you are now, but if you want to move forward at all, you're going to have to start sort of walking through bodies.
Because Thistle was leading the way, because she was stomping forward, cross at them all and trying to prove that she's a big girl. She stomps her way to the edge of this, realizes what she's looking at, promptly bursts into tears, turns around and just buries her face into Althrey and is like, I'm sorry, I don't want to see it.
Oh, honey.
Baby!
Thistle, as you turn around back towards your party to try and find some comfort, the rest of you realize that one of the corpses near where Thistle was has moved.
No.
One of their arms reaches out and grabs onto Thistle's ankle. And Thistle, below you, a deep groan shocks you as one of these bodies begins to move and tries to sink its teeth into your ankle.
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Every arrow I have. Every arrow I have in that thing.
A trip underground is no thing to sniff at. And not just because of the mushrooms. The world without the sky is not for the surface folk. even without a bunch of spores in your brain. My father once took me deep underground, and it was enough to keep me in the kingdom of the sun and the moon for many years. I returned many times, but I'll always remember the first time since the first time, to pay respects to my dear, dull old dad and slaughter the locals whomst killed him. That thing the deep and the surface have in common. Kill or be killed.
Kakite! Thank you for listening to Grow Up Runaway. You can keep up with the show by following our social media. Check out linktr.ee/growuprunaway podcast for the platform of your choice. You can support the show and join our community Discord through our Grow Up Runaway Patreon. But the main show is and will always be free to enjoy, even if you can't do that. Thanks for wandering with us. See you on the road!
Uh-oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble if I don't write this down. I'm very bad at remembering this, so I'm going to quickly write myself a little note to remind myself. Melodia Poor Song, who I owe Paws of Thunder tickets to. Thank you very muchly to the wonderful patrons who I bribed and now owe Paws of Thunder tickets to. Here is your IOU. Who was it again? Oh, right, okay. There was Disturbed One NZ from, that place with the thing, I think. Laney, that's right. Who I think I bribed. Talking to you back in town. Time Traveler, who wanted a backstage pass. All right, sure thing. I bet my dad won't mind. And, what does this say? No, hold on. Glimletinsel, who also wanted a t-shirt. I don't even think they do. Do they still do t-shirts in the merch order? I think I'm starting to owe people too many favors. Oh well, I'm sure nothing bad will happen of any of this, right?